Copy for May 3, 2018. Agnes Elaine Pendergroken McFarlander bravely broke the sound barrier after riding her homemade rocket from a chicken farm in Iowa all the way to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. News reporters with television crews from Nashville were on site when she was seen stepping out into glaring sunlight. Amazingly, Agnes warbled a few notes from Great Speckled Bird in honor of the late king of country music, Roy Acuff, one of her favorite singers as a child in New York, before moving to Bradley, West Virginia, Flat River, Missouri, and Bowling Green, Kentucky, where she married Hank DeSoto McFarlander. It was years later, after astronauts from NASA, on planet Earth, had been sent to the moon to collect samples of dusty rocks from the surface, Agnes got the urge to start building that rocket. She made it from old hot water heaters, drain pipes attached to a large tank used by chickens. The first words out of her mouth, after singing Great Speckled Bird and Hound Dog, made famous by Elvis, was the happy sound of "how d," just like Minnie Pearl always said at the Grand Ole Opry. One news reporter noticed Agnes was wearing a silver-colored spacesuit with buttons instead of zippers. Her curiosity promoted her to ask a question. "Madam, did you have any trouble breathing during your trip?" Agnes just laughed, and then politely replied, "Logistically, after complex calculations, we concluded that geometrical alignment would be precisely 300 feet above planetary terrain, providing energized power sources retained sufficient oxygen, which would be plentiful, considering my rocket would never escape gravity to enter beyond the stratosphere. Breathing can be extremely difficult in space, as you can surmise. Additionally, I held my breath, whenever possible, to conserve excess air retained within biological spaces reserved for women astronauts with large lungs like mine. Thank you so much for your question." They all stood silently watching as Agnes abruptly returned into her Earthship, slamming the door shut, and they fell to the ground in fear when hearing an explosion, seconds before blasting her way back to the farm, where she could resume chores that required daily attention. That historic event was amazing to see on local TV. Jiggrop.